is this little diamond steel. So if my knife happens to get kind of dull, all right, what I can do is, well, I can go sharpen it. And all you do is just, line the edge up. Well, hello there again. Five strokes, then four. Four, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on each side. And we're up to speed. See? Pretty simple. Okay. Now, one of the other things to deal with, okay, the fire could be used for water purification, cooking food. It's also a psychological comfort, and it can also be used for signaling. Now, speaking of signaling, I think some of you guys remember this. It's called a storm whistle. You may see somebody at a distance and your voice can't carry, but this will. Good thing he's deaf. Okay. So, okay, at night, again, one of the things, we all have issues with the dark. I usually like to have a little headlamp. And what's nice about a headlamp, this one's rechargeable, it lasts for many hours. I'm not going to keep it on all night, but what I can do is at night, oh, the other one's coming, he thinks the light is a toy. I can use this to do things in the night, and if I hear something, I can turn the light on. A lot of times animals that, especially in very wild areas, okay, as I blind myself, there. Okay, they're afraid of light, so it's again, it's a psychological comfort. Okay, and speaking of comfort, all right, a couple other things that I add. If I know it's going to be kind of chilly, I add a fleece hat and also some of these fingerless wool gloves. Don't you dare, the other one's behind the GoPro, don't you dare knock that over. Okay, these will keep your hands warm. In the summertime, it's not too big of an issue, but don't forget up in northern Canada where they are, sometimes at night it can get down in the 50s and that might be an issue. Okay, and then you got a nice hat. Now, of course, this here is something I'd wear in the fall, but for emergency purposes, and also during, like when I hunt, I'll wear something like this because it's wool, it's warm, and it's also very visible. So if I need rescue of some sort, I'll be more visible. Same thing with this. This here I'll keep all the time. This is a orange silk bandana. I can use it for many, many different things. I can use it for a face covering. I can use it for a bandage. And also keep warm, and also for, I can put it on my head, it's kind of like a improvised do-rag. Of course, I'm not going to really tie it all up. One other thing that I sometimes will carry with me comes from the Middle East. It's a 40 by 40 inch cotton headscarf called a shmog. In this too, you can form it into a form of a kind of like a head cover. There are ways you can go on the internet and, you got a nice little hood if it gets cold, or if I'm out in a desert area, this is pretty good for, we do get sandstorms, okay? Also in my little bag, of course this is more for hunting purposes, I got some rubber gloves, and this is a deer drag. I can put this strap around my chest and tie the rope around the neck of the deer and drag it out much more easily. And as far as other comforts are concerned, okay, again, most of the time I don't anticipate too many problems. Of course, this is really empty in an Altoids tin. I have a wrap, basically kind of like a, some medical tape or gauze, and I got a couple Band-Aids, and when you gotta go, you gotta go. So I got Bob's butt wipes. Just because you're in the woods doesn't mean you have to be filthy. Okay. Now I was thinking I got this other thing. I had this thing since I was a kid, and good old American manufacturer. It lasts that long. This is a space blanket. And what it is it's a waterproof Mylar blanket. In other words, it's basically a sheet of aluminum with plastic on both sides. And it's got grommets and it's sealed on the edges. It's good and strong, waterproof, and it reflects heat. So I can put this in a shelter with a fire, and it will reflect heat off of either my body, or it will reflect heat from a fire. There is a way of making a special shelter which will create like a bubble of very warm air even when it's well below zero. Okay. Now, I just had a crazy thought. Of course, you guys already know that I'm a little out there anyways. I'm going to put this up on the classroom page, if I can, hopefully. What 3 items should I take just to spend the night out in the woods? Just to prove that it can be done. You tell me, okay? So, anyways, I hope this was a little entertaining, and I'm going to do my best to post this up on the internet for you guys, okay? Oh, the other thing I forgot. Compass. I know everybody's got a GPS in their phone, but the thing is, sometimes a phone doesn't always work. You need a cell tower. There's a simple compass. And also on my green bag, because I've been using it lately, I have another compass right on the strap, so I can just kind of take a look at my shoulder and, okay, I know roughly what direction I'm going in. And then obviously I got 550 paracord. This parachute cord has a tensile strength of 550 pounds, right? And I got a little carabiner off it. I'm not going to rappel with this, but I use it if I go up in a tree stand, pull my gun or bow up into the tree. It's a lot safer than climbing with it. But this too could be used for a myriad of things. Shelter building, I can even take the thread out the center of it. I can even use it to replace shoelaces. Okay? So anyways, yeah, I'm going to post that up, and I want you to tell me, what 3 things should I take with me to spend a night out in the woods? Just clothes on my back and 3 things. You tell me, okay? Thank you.